The unconventional President-elect Donald Trump defending his decision to skip the traditional daily intelligence briefings that U.S. presidents hold every day. Listen.
These are very good people that are giving me the briefings. And I say, if something should change from this point, immediately call me. I'm available on 1 minute's notice. I don't have to be told, you know, I'm like a smart person. I don't have to be told the same thing and the same words every single day for the next 8 years.
All right, here now is Peter Brookes, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow for National Security Affairs and former Secretary of Defense, Deputy Assistant. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. So that statement was something that a lot of people out there could understand, made sense to them. I'm like a smart person. I don't need to be told the same exact words day after day after day. Does he?
Well, look, there's going to have to be some adjustments, Melissa. You know, this is a president-elect. He's not in office yet. He's just getting used to presidential daily briefs. The intelligence community has come up with something that they're giving him. It doesn't appear to be exactly what he wants. He also has to decide on his own management style. He has to decide whether he's wants this every day or maybe he wants the vice president. I'm sure the national security advisor is probably getting it. So there are going to be adjustments. We don't need to get, hyper about this sort of situation. Let some adjustments be made as this new team transitions in.
It does seem like it's a good analogy for kind of the way everything is going. He instantly pushes back and says, wait, just because this is the way it's always been done, that almost instantly means I don't want to do it that way. And then instantly everyone around him faints. You know, like they just go totally out in their mind. They can't believe he's doing this. So it seems like we're going to see a lot of this. Is he right to tinker with it? Or in this case, their point is it's all of our lives that you're screwing around with.
Well, look, I think if I recall correctly, this was an issue with President Obama when he came in. He didn't want these briefs, and I think they ultimately moved to an iPad format that he got his briefs on, and he did it when he had time to read these intelligence briefings. Of course, when the first crisis comes up, the president's going to want to know what's going on. They've got a lot on their plate right now, so at this stage, I'm not breathless and too concerned about this.
Yeah. Okay. Good. A change for good in Syria. Senator John McCain says the day Trump takes office will provide hope to the Syrian people.
Pretty soon, a silence will descend over Aleppo, and the only thing there will be around is dead bodies and carnage. I think we could turn a lot of it around the day the president is inaugurated, the same way that the day in 2081 when Ronald Reagan was sworn in and the hostages came home from Iran.
So, Peter, that was really compelling because on one hand we're talking about, who's taking the briefings and who's not, and then immediately Senator McCain kind of brings the whole idea of national security home, saying, look, we have been watching people be murdered by the thousand and just stood by and done essentially nothing all this time. That needs to turn around instantly. Do you feel as passionately about it as he does? Is he right?
Well, yeah, I think Senator McCain's on to something. I think many of us have been disappointed in our Syria policy. I mean, we focused on ISIS, which was very important, but we didn't have a comprehensive Syria policy. They're saying 400 to 500,000 people have perished during this civil war, which has lasted more than 5 years. And it's not entirely the United States' fault, but as a leader of the free world, I think we could have done a lot more. I think you and I have talked about that in the past. I suggest that Senator McCain and President-elect Trump get together to talk about these things, because I think the only way you can really change this on day one is to make some sort of declaration about how you're going to proceed. And I think if Senator McCain feels strongly about this as the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, should sit down with the president-elect and talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of people say we've turned a blind eye to genocide. Obviously not easy to solve, though, no matter what you think of it. Peter, thank you so much.
Thank you.